Welcome back to the Lorien campaign. Where we left off, we had just defended more of our regions, trying to keep ourselves economically away from economic bankruptcy. Just moving units around to protect our two front defences, Lorien Divide and Conquer, which will soon become very, very red. Oh no, going to be very painted black with the blood of the orcs. And hopefully not too red with from the blood of the elves. So let's end the turn. There's not much else to say or to tell really about the war. Just that once again Rune is starting to push out more into Dale and Erebor, which, when I think about it more, could be good. Because yes, Rune needs to defeat both Erebor and Dale for the victory condition, and if they achieve that, then game over anyway, which will be unfortunate. But as long as they don't have the amount of regions, they can't win. So once we take out Dol Guldur, if we start pushing into them, they'll have no choice but to try something to stop us. And that means there'll be another war at a different front, which is what Rune will not be prepared for. Oh, and there's Lorien Divide being besieged by a more insignificant army, and if I just go for a night battle, I bet it'll only be one of the armies I can fight back. Beautiful. The AI's fallen right into my trap card. That's why, whenever you play Total War, always make sure you have a general when you're fighting with an army. So lots of Cannes has been besieged. Oh dear, that could change the tide of the war.
I'm gonna stick you. Have a taste of my blade.
All they can do is keep bringing up more trash. They need to think of a better battle plan. Because look at this. Did they really think this kind of army would be able to besiege this? If so, they need better tactics.
This day.
Yeah, that won't work. Around Mirkwood in the north, they would be right among the slopes of the Grey Mountains, and they are simply stiff with goblins. Yeah, the Grey Mountains were very heavily populated by the goblins, well, orcs, and what few dragons yet remain in Middle-earth. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is an orc castle, so before I upgrade it into a stronghold of the elves, we're going to have this kind of battle map, which is good. I'm actually tempted to not upgrade it to a stronghold now. So this kind of map, there's only one choke point they can go through, which we can clog up. Huh. I think once I know Lorien Divide is no longer going to be the centre of attention for the enemy because they won't be next to it, I think then I'll upgrade it. But for now, just watch them all walk away. Then everyone, a nice straight line, just walk through the gates. So yeah, that's the actual advantage of these orc encampments. It may not be much, but if you're able to strategize correctly and know the AI will never go through these walls, you can just strike them there and there's nothing they can do. I forgot they made that change, because I originally remember this being a fully walled castle. Oh dear, my vision fades with this snowstorm, so bear with me because I'm going to have to constantly be going back and forth. Hopefully with this sped up, it won't take too long to sort things out. This mainly is going to be me going back and forth, trying to prevent the lag. Because it is real today. I've also noticed a massive just a quick thing. I've been looking back on my videos recently. I've noticed the Age of the Ring videos I've been bringing out have been definitely getting a lot more popularity than some of my Third Age Total War videos have. Well, in the early days of their release mainly. So if you guys do prefer watching these Third Age Total War videos over my Age of the Ring videos, or vice versa, just leave a comment down below and I'll read it, and I'll decide what to do with my schedule then. Because if you want to see more of these videos more often, I'll consider doing these. Consider making more of these a week. Jesus, snow is killing me. Or if you prefer to see more Age of the Ring videos, just say you want to see more Age of the Ring videos and I'll get onto that. So I've got a lot of things planned. I've got a lot of different things I can do, because the best thing about Battle for Middle-earth is there's so many different things you can do with it. There's no real limit to what you can do. So it all just comes down to your imagination in a way, with what you can actually do and what you can't do. Anyway, enough about talking about that. If you don't want to see more of these, just leave a comment down below. If you want to see more of Age of the Ring, same theory. Anyway, back to the battle at hand. This snowstorm is terrible. But the orcs are slowly moving forward, knowing their doom is upon them. They attempt one final attack upon me. These foolish orcs have no true leader to rule them. And so the independent squabbling attempts of a leader for these fools is attempting to lead them into a slaughter. It would seem without generals, these orcs are nothing more than a squabbling mass. And that is what they are. Nothing more than a squabbling mass, unable to decide for themselves what the best course of action. And it is so hard to see in this snow, if you haven't already guessed that. Yeah, but I think that's the only complaint I have about Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer when it comes to the actual map side, because everywhere else it looks beautiful, the model textures, the arrow trails, things like that. But when it comes to the massive snowstorms, you can't see anything. Yes, True is meant to make it more immersive, but in the same way, it just butchers your attempt to actually be strategic, which is what Total War's meant for. Stop these stalkers in their tracks. As I say, without a general to lead them, these orcs know not what to do.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost
left
half their
uncoordinated and cut off from their fellows in the night. Should probably send my infantry in.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
I feel like that might have helped a lot.
The enemy general. Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Yeah, I can't stress it. I cannot stress this point enough. Always have a general in your armies. If it's just a garrison force, you don't need a general in most cases, because it just wastes away most of the army, because you can use it to lead an army. But obviously, once you have too many generals, there comes a time when you can actually just leave generals in major cities just to protect them, and also to keep public order high. So the more generals you have, the better, but you always need to be considerate of they still cost a lot of upkeep for how small the unit normally is. And depending on the faction, sometimes it's better to have less generals, because obviously every elven bodyguard is strong, but the two wood elven, the Elref Sentinels and the I forget the Wood Elf version, or at least can't remember the name, but it's basically the same as this, slightly more aggressive.
Behold how
But they're better just at holding scissors to keep public order at bay.
by the victory we...
And he gathered again under his government all the evil things of the days of Morgoth that remain on earth, or beneath it, and the orcs were at his command. Yep, after Melkor's fall, or Morgoth, the Dark Enemy, as he's better known as, to some, Sauron very quickly gained command of all evils that were once his masters. And with that power he was truly feared throughout all the lands. The second Dark Lord.
Stay in the trees!
That's just another army dead.
We protect
Dead
the
in
Elven
winter.
lands.
Angmar's gone to war with Imladris. About damn time. So where else were we? Castle Alfred has the market. Excellent. Ah, there's the good of the leg. What else? What else? What else? Just building level tanners, level workers everywhere. It's a small bit of income for a very small price to pay, so it's worth it. Get that armory. It's not going to be ready in time, but I have got these extra units for now just to compensate.
I'm gonna stick you.
And this army scares me because I saw what it had when my spy was still there. A troll catapult. And I remember how devastating those things can be from the first time we fought them. True, it wasn't a bigger army, but this army's a lot smaller and a lot weaker.
I'm gonna stick you.
This army, I'm going to leave for now. I want to see if the army, if they're smart enough to bring a general up. Because right now I see no generals, only captains. I mean, there's Holmarath with some trolls, and then there's Yagog the Brave. But at this point, leaving Erin Ruinen with no garrison doesn't mean anything to the orcs. It's not like they haven't got other regions they could just step onto if they get taken by another. Also, it doesn't actually take long for them to just get a massive garrison either. Even their elites are easy to get. I'm fairly certain their blades and pikes only take 2 turns to make, and you can get a total 3 of them before you can. Before that's the recruitment cap. Where for me, I can only get 1 of most of my units, and I can only get more of them after I've upgraded the main barracks. Now then, if I remember, there's 2 regions here, Logarth and Dorfalu, that both belong to Dol Guldur. I'm going to have to give both of them up, I think, to the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm, because giving them such a massive area of land might actually make it so the AI will react as in this is now also their home, and they will fight anyone off that tries to take it. Because obviously someone's going to want to fight them. And also that means there's a massive choke point here where I can just slowly ebb my way into Dorwinion and take it for myself. A fun thing that I think they could do as well, if it's not already a thing, is make it so the Sindar elves can commune with the Avari in Dorwinion, if that's not already a thing. Because I think that would make a lot of sense if Dorwinion was to go into massive decline, or if the elves were to appear to defeat the men of Dorwinion. I'd think the Avari would actually come and help or aid in their Sindar brethren. But that's just a theory. That's just a wild theory that might not even go into practice. Ugh, pardon me.
I'm gonna stick you.
Can't build anything else, so let's end the turn. See, I'm not going to build a stronghold at Dorlingvar for a while then, because I've got to take Brown Boat first before I can not consider it a place to defend. And for now, when fighting army after army, it's better to remain in the fortress. Because one, it means we get more income, 2, once I've got enough culture, I'll start getting more free upkeep, which means more income. And there's high population growth. True, it caps out at a point where you've got too many people in a place that can't hold them all. But to be honest, with how long it's going to take to actually get to that point, I don't think it really matters. I have to be cautious. They haven't attacked me this turn, but I am very aware of what could happen next. Oh no, what have you done? What have you done? What have they done? Oh no. Oh, the Greyland Vale's been taken. Thank you, Wood Elves. The High Pass has been... What? Anduin. Oh my. Round of applause for the Vale of Anduin. They say they still haven't got these 2 areas back. They might have taken the High Pass. Dear oh dear. Mountain have been scattered but not broken. And Slottercan is lost again. I think I'm near the end of this video. I'm just going to show the world again because, dear oh dear, things are just coming out, just going full circle around here. No point getting the armory with a full garrison. Elikan. Do you know the sound of music? It's got a hall of music and you'll learn. Let's get a ballista maker here as well. I know it's cheap resorting to ballistas and catapults, but when it comes to fighting more elite units, like in Rune, those ballistas and catapults will become invaluable. All we need is a strong front line to protect them, and we'll never lose a settlement. We'll never truly lose a battle, because they'll be constantly fighting. Oh my god! What the hell is this?
I would fight
Barak
for
the
your
Brave,
people as if they were my
Mahari,
own, friend.
Scrutilla the Honest, Grimfast the Fearless, Gleowine the Good, which is the only different general to all of these, because all the others are skin chain. Oh no, there's Fastred the Respected. We've got Woodman Rangers, and then Indoor the Fearless, which has skin changes like the rest of them. And then there's Huntmaster Bjorn with Kuoin. And this is Zaglug. Say hi to everyone, Zaglug. Zagluk. You're the army that's decided to come out of nowhere. It's probably going to kill all these generals.
Glory to both our people.
Jeez. Khazad-dûm, just help us. Send your silver legions over to here and just help me fight off Mordor and Rune. Because I'm very certain Khazad-dûm's gonna make some selfish choices soon. Because let's actually have a look at what they're currently fighting against: Dunland and the Orcs of Misty Mountains. So they'll probably take out Dunland, which I can't really tell you if they're doing well. But Dunlarak has currently got a massive garrison, so they haven't gone far. But something tells me Gundabad's going to be gone soon too. If Dane's Hall has been taken as well, and the Greyland Vale, that leaves Gundabad, Meifelberg, and Fenberg left with the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, because all this area has been taken by the Elswin Ladris. Huh. I don't actually know what's going to happen. Well, I can give a good analysis of what could happen,
Have a taste of my blade.
but at the same
I'm
time,
gonna stick you.
would it be right? I don't know. I don't actually know. Can seems to be in trouble, and I think they've lost the war here. They made their choice. I'm glad they chose it, but unfortunately, they don't get a strong enough force to fight off Harad and Mordor and possibly Rune at the same time. So first thing, they fight all 3 of them. Yeah, there's no way a small nomadic faction like Can hope to deal with both the Great Shadow of Mordor. Yes, it distracts them a bit, but because of how large they are, it doesn't really matter. Harad, that's the same benefactor. And Rune, if they manage to take Dorwinion before, or start taking Dorwinion before Can make their choice, they're just trapped. They are trapped between three massive factions, and if I were them in that situation, I'd go for the fun thing, which would be fight against them, but I know I'd lose, which is a bit unfortunate. But anyway, back to... Let's stop being melodramatic and get back to the actual game. We're now at an end turn. Not being attacked. We're not moving out. We're being slow and calculative.
Tomorrow's journey.
Because this war is far from over, and I'm going to need some help from my allies. The best way to do that, for now, is waiting. Because if I don't wait until my allies defeat the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, they'll be focused in the west when they need to be focusing the east. I think that's the only problem with the AI. If I were playing Dale, obviously they can't really do much other than fight the Easterlings, but they might try against Mirkwood and fail. With Erebor, yes, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains are powerful, but once you've taken Dane's Halls, you've got your allies for the rest of it. And Dane's Halls is a massive powerhouse for defense, especially on the battle map side. Just focus down Rune. That's all you need to do in the early game. If you're near them, just fight Rune. Okay, Dunedain and Linden are allies, and so are the Ardenheim and Harad. Oh dear, I thought they were at war. Lim here, you have a leather worker. We'll get the blacksmith. Thank you for getting the ballista maker. I'm on Lank. Do we want the ballista now? It's only 200, but they're guaranteed they can't get free upkeep unless they're in a fort. I think that's right. I might be wrong on that notion actually. Let's not say things we don't know about. Let's get the blacksmith here. Let's make it so we can get armor upgrades everywhere.
Have a taste of my blade.
I couldn't sell out and attack you, but right now you're my bargaining chip. Because they're going to constantly be sending more armies in. But as long as they don't have generals, it doesn't matter if they keep bringing more in. Or just keep bringing out more. Because they'll only be able to fight me one at a time. Because I will always sally out to them. I will always attack them at night. And there'll only be one army that can fight back. Yes, I know it's a cheeky tactic, but what else am I going to do? And actually start making those blacksmiths and make the armor and Dorlingvar. So that's a lot. That'll be a lot better use of the income. Because half these elves don't even have proper elven plate. I know, right? It's terrible. A terrible tragedy. Let's go to the vineyard. If we can get some more spies. I'm talking about spies. And Ruinen and Enethfowler are looking very delicious if the elves were to partake in the feast. They seem to be preoccupied. From what I remember, the only other Last Stand script that comes from the Orcs of the Misty Mountains is when Gundabad is taken and they have few regions left where it's a small army that brings out... Huh. I forgot the Wastelands are no longer technically rebel. They belong to the Dark Lord of Mordor. If you don't know, Sauron actually resides up here. Obviously, that's not actually canon or anything. It's just that's why Mordor and Dol Guldur can't die to Retrocide, because they've both got a captain or general up here that prevents them from dying by Retrocide. You have to take all their regions first. They'll never rebel because they fight for the Dark Lord, and as long as the Dark Lord lives, so do they. Unfortunately.
Have a taste of my blade.
What next? what next? Just another end turn. It's going to be a lot of just ending turns for the next few parts. And to be honest, if you guys really don't want to see me as constantly ending turns, I'll cut out to the point where I actually start doing some stuff. If you want to, of course. If you prefer to just see the small battles in Dorling, Varnost and Geel, and I slowly start building up my economy and military forces to take Brown Boat, then just stay down below. If not, then I'll just assume you don't really care and I'll just continue doing what I normally do. The choice is yours. Because of course, in the end, these videos are done for me to enjoy making them, but it's also for you. But overall, it's for me to make them enjoyable for you. So if you don't really enjoy them, just say so, and I'll see what I can do about it. There's nothing I can really do. And unfortunately, that's all I can really say on the matter. And Lorien is under siege again. And Cannes' demise, yep. The end of Cannes is near. Imlodis and Anduin, excellent. We don't want any wars between the good nations here. We need them all to work together as one power. So what I want to be doing is giving Anduin a reason to come out of the shadows here, because after the fighting here is finished, they're just going to have this area here and most of the regions of Anduin and these two regions, I'm fairly certain. Or maybe not, actually. The dwarves might get to it before then. But mainly, what's going to be happening is we need to tag team against Rune. True, one powerful faction is great, but several mini factions that are slowly getting greater because they're working together is much better. Where's my other diplomat, actually? He's still there. Am I allies with Dale and Erebor? Nope. Well, let's get to it.
Your orders.
I need them to be
What
allies.
did you wish to discuss? No, we can't until
God
we meet
damn it.
again. Yes.
Just accept the
tomorrow's
alliance and be
journey
glad I
planned
actually
out.
want you as a friend. Jeez, I'm not asking for the world, am I? Don't need a catapult maker. That'd be a waste of good money. Let's... You know what, I'm going to save up. I'm going to save up a bit and start getting some shipwrights and merchants' wharfs. I want economy, and the best way to do it is to have increased trade through the Anduin. So yeah, now we're just at that point of constantly ending turns, no faction coming to attack us, and just seeing what happens next. I am actually really considering just skipping 20 turns into the future, because I feel like it's going to be 20 turns before I do anything. But if you guys do actually want to see me just doing 20 turns of basically nothing but fighting small armies, just say. And I know it sounds like I'm putting a lot of pressure on you guys if you want to actually see this, but in the end, it's what you want is why I'm making these videos. Because to be honest, if I was to be watching this, I would want to see all of those 20 parts, just seeing everything go bit by bit. Because it helps, just gives to like the lore of the whole thing. Yes, what caused this to happen? I can't remember. Oh yeah, Imlodis was an invasion, of course. I thought this thing still exists. But anyway, Irui. Oh, can I get roads? Oh, whoa, ho, ho, ho. Okay. An extra 1,000 each turn. After 9 turns, we're paying 4,800. I think that's very worth it. Seeing this campaign, this campaign is quite far from over. I want this campaign to go to the long run. I want to see that victory screen and then immediately close it because I don't want a copyright strike. Oh, the wonders of this world. We're getting close to being able to actually make units from Austin Giel, or retrain our own units to be more precise. How long have I been recording for? I can't actually remember. Let's just get another spy and a blacksmith. And a turn again. I know this is very boring. I know people may not enjoy this, and I know this can cause a lack of people wanting to watch this. But hey, if some people want to watch it over other things, I don't really mind. I'm not getting paid for doing this yet, so. Now I'm just talking gibberish. It's going to be another long day. But luckily it's actually starting to get a little cooler here in the UK. No, that's what I hope. With the extreme heat, things are slowly just getting worse. And that can lead to some very bad disasters, or natural disasters, coming out of nowhere. It's just the world saying this is what you get for causing global warming. It's what it's telling us. We were warned and we didn't listen. Khan's a Hall of Music. And I'll get the level worker. Austin Giel is the armory. Let's get the grain exchange. Could do a bit more. Actually, no, communal farming. Takes a little longer to make, but it's worth it for the economy I can save, the coin I can save up. And I've got a new spy in Lim here. Where to send him off to? Let's see if I can show off this area here, what's going on. Because I think we can guarantee it over here. It's just madness. So let's go further north with our spy and see what's going on. Oh, that's a...
Strength and honor.
Oh, I would be scared of this army. They've got Ered Lewin units, Khazad sentries, reclaimers, Beorning riders. At this point, Erebor is just... Khazad-dûm's just a powerhouse no matter where it comes from. So I think I'll call it the end of the video here, but as I promised, let's have a quick view of everything. So Dol Guldur was under siege, not anymore. There's the invasion army. I was just going to go from Lodris. Mordor is actually struck out against Khan and taken Oibamari, leaving them only Amu Khan and... I keep forgetting how to pronounce it, but it's Kilzakum, I think. Harad is just taking complete control of the south, leaving the Ardenaeum slightly squashed like a pancake, and then leaving kind of making an L shape. Isengard is nearly all but defeated. Rohan has really just bullied them into submission. But I think Rohan's going to soon facing another enemy. Even though Mordor's most of those stacks might just include garbage, that doesn't mean that an army of a full stack of garbage will lose to a half stack of Rohirrim cavalry. Not all the time anyway, depends if they have spears or not. So it's going up over here. Yep, Dane's horse has been taken. Framsburg still exists. And this is just an absolute mess of Anduin paw banners. This is actually hilarious to look at. And where is that? Yeah, this guy's got to fight against I'll also remind you, most of these are skin
Your
changes.
attention is an honor, noble ally.
And skin changes are one of the strongest general's bodyguard in the game. Because they're resistant against arrows, they're effective against armor, massive attack stats. They could kill Nazgul, because they're also scored against mounts, I'm fairly certain. Let's have a quick look at one.
I would fight for your people as if they were my own.
That's how it
friend.
was. Scored against mounts, effective against armor, frighten nearby enemies, a powerful charge. Yep, don't mess with skin changes. You can't turn into bears, but in this form they are very dangerous with their axes. So let's get back out of Fog of War. We've seen everything we need to see for now. So if you guys, again, just one last time saying it, if you do want to see me just slowly going through doing small things to keep my economy rising while slowly building up more of a military force to then attack, leave a comment down below. Or if you prefer to just say just skip all the boring bit and go straight to the big battles, then just leave a comment down below. And I will see you all next time. Farewell.